Game plan for November 23rd. I'm interpreting the high time frame as range bound using this area kind of right here. Yes, of course, higher time frame, kind of trending bearish, but had this shift to the upside. Yes, technically kind of touch the top of the bearish trending range, but this just looks super rangy to me. What I'm hoping for is a pull down into this daily level, maybe this 4-hour level, deep within this bullish shift here for a potential trade. Why wouldn't I take buys here? Well, we've already kind of filled this move up, and now we're heading down, so kind of expecting a touch on some sort of external structure or natural area of adherence with this overall bullish move. Yeah, so hopefully we, wow, that looks very precise. Anyway, yeah, just hoping we overextend into kind of deep within this bullish external move, hopefully to an AOI, and hopefully we get like a little simultaneous with the DXY, maybe up here to the downside. Spreads up a lot higher than XAU USD right now, so it really is the DXY that's suppressing us. So yeah, hoping once that flips, we'll be good. But yeah, is there an opportunity for sells here? I don't really like it, because if we immediately push bullish, it's honestly, it would be pretty natural, a continuation of this bullish shift. And yes, we are, higher time frame bearish trending, but if you go even higher time frame, it's kind of just within this overall bullish move. So do you really want to sell once we're coming back up from the bottom of that? Not really, right? Okay, just going to go over my thought process for this price action here from last night in Asia session, and how it's quite similar to this price action, and honestly mainly just why I didn't take anything in here. This, I mean, I feel like it was kind of already explained in the game plan. Was just looking for just an extension into a natural area of adherence within this overall bullish shift to the upside, and of course wanted room to move within this downtrend here. Had to have respect for that. So yeah, to start off, I wasn't going to really take anything in here because this more immediate bearish move is already filled, and then this bearish move ended up being filled as well. So all the lower time frame bearish moves up here are effectively filled. And then if you were to trade into this, you'd be looking for a disproportionate buying response relative to the strength in which we push down, right? You'd be wanting a really nice snappy volume reaction that just kind of mogged this push down. And yeah, that just didn't happen. Like, super weak initial buying response, so immediately the more reactive entry is invalidated. Obviously, it's not really off of anything either. Like, yes, we are overextended relative to this structure, relative to this high middle time frame ranginess, but we're not really overextended into any sort of logical structural area. Logical structure area being either a level like this daily open and close, this 4-hour level down here, or just like, these lows. But yeah, we weren't at any of that, so that took away from it as well. But yeah, initial response was very weak, and then any little shift that we had in here, I was kind of still trying to justify a trade here if we got a nice shift, but any sort of shift was just matched by equal or even stronger selling pressure. So at that point, I didn't want to presume the break of any of these highs, but then it's so low volume that, like, why would I take a trade within here? So yeah, I was just waiting, hoping that we got that overextension. Obviously wanted room to move within this immediate downtrend, which once again, yes, technically we had it here, but that initial response that I would potentially enter off of was just so weak. So instantly the trade's kind of just down the drain. How does this situation differ from this? Because both of these were really low volume rangey. I did not enter here. I did enter here. It's mainly just the external structure. I mean, also we have this middle time frame range really overextended out of it, but overextended into an area where we'd naturally expect to adhere to this external. This was also a 4-hour level too, and yeah, that's pretty much why. And even this trade, I could have waited longer. I entered off of a 5-minute candle, opening immediately driving bearish, and then seeing a really nice reaction to these lows / the 4-hour level, and just kind of expected we'd retrace this a little bit based off of that. But I still could have waited longer here. When we're really low volume, it's just essential that you increase your patience. But yeah, that was the session. I guess for this trade in particular, the 10 p.m. candle opened, kind of manipulated to the downside, but then we snapped up with just disproportionate volume relative to that little immediate push to the downside. So when you get that sort of reaction and you're in an area where relativity favors, and I mean, it's also an area where you can naturally expect a continuation. I mean, usually it just kind of goes in your favor, whether that's maybe just the top wick for the hourly being created. Who really knows? But yeah, I'm usually always looking to trade that initial reaction, and then whatever happens after that, it is what it is. We did end up continuing bullish. Was kind of using the higher time frame structure for this entry. Like, yes, technically we're within this bearish trending range, but it pulls down really deep within what is a shift to the upside. We pull down really deep within that, and then we get another shift to the upside within that bearish trending range, pull down deep within that to the daily level, get the reaction. That's kind of what I was stacking. And yes, of course, we're in this larger bearish move, but lower time frame moves happen before higher time frame moves. Everything's just fractal. So if there's room to move within this structural context, then I'm not really too worried about this until we get like up here. So yeah, that's the recap.